Hey guys, it's Scott from Forgot to Grow Up Podcast. Welcome to week 15, part A of our countdown to Avengers Infinity War, our weekly video series where I break down a different MCU movie each week leading up to that big event, the Avengers Infinity War movie, which is only a few weeks away. We're getting really close. We've only got a few more MCU movies to talk about. Because they moved up the date of the Avengers Infinity War movie, I had to squish a few of these MCU movies into the same week. That's why this is part A for week 15. Part B will be out later on. Alright, so this week we're talking about the 15th installment in the MCU, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 from 2017. This movie's not even a whole year old yet. A lot of people sure still remember it. It's still on Canadian Netflix at least. I don't know about the rest of the world. But this is a pretty fun movie. But as I do every week, guys, I'm just going to quickly break down the movie for you and then give you a quick 3 trivia facts at the end about the movie, just to give you a quick reminder, quick refresher about this movie before we get to Avengers Infinity War in a few weeks. Alright, so let's just dive right in, okay guys? So we start off with the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're back and they're dysfunctional as ever. That's right, they're like a family who never gets along, aka just a regular family. Anyways, so we start off and we see them, they're on a mission for the sovereign nation, or sovereign race, not sovereign nation, the sovereign race, which is a genetically modified race of people. Anyways, they're protecting these valuable batteries for the sovereigns, or the sovereign race, and they're able to do it successfully. This is how we start off the film. They're able to successfully complete this mission and get a reward from the sovereign, which is a prisoner, which was actually Nebula, which is Gamora's half-sister. So she was from the first one. She's the blue robot chick, or blue android chick. She's only half robot. That's what androids are. Anyways, so they're able to get their reward, but unfortunately Rocket, being Rocket, has to screw things up. And he's decided to steal some of these extremely valuable batteries that they had been protecting. And so obviously the Sovereigns, they're not cool with that. So they send their fleet of remote operated spaceships after the Guardians to retrieve the batteries and make an example of the Guardians of the Galaxy for any future would-be thieves. Alright, so the Guardians are able to survive the Sovereign fleet when a small little man riding on top of a spaceship, but that just because he was far away. That's how sight works. Anyways, so this little guy, who's not so little, his regular sized man on top of a spaceship, ends up blowing up the whole Sovereign fleet, saving the Guardians of the Galaxy. This guy turns out to be Ego, the living planet, in his human avatar form, who's also Peter Quill's dad. So Peter Quill's Star-Lord. If you guys didn't know, if you haven't seen the first movie, you should probably go watch my recap on that happened a few weeks ago. Anyway, so the Guardians end up splitting up. The team split up. Peter and Gamora and Drax go with Ego back to Ego's planet, aka himself, because he's a living planet. So they go to Ego. Ego takes them to Ego. Anyways, the rest of the team, Rocket and Baby Groot, they attempt to repair the ship, but before they're able to, they're captured by the Ravagers. After the Ravagers turn on Yondu, who's the leader, the blue guy, played by Michael Rooker, he teams up with Rocket and Groot to escape the Ravagers and go rescue the rest of the Guardians from Ego and his evil plan. That's right, Ego's not a good guy. Just because he's Star-Lord's dad, he's not a good guy. So back on Ego, because Ego's a living planet, so, you know, it's really confusing. He's a planet, but they're hanging out there. Anyways, they're back on Ego. Peter and Ego are starting to bond, but Gamora has a bad feeling about this whole situation. Something's not sitting right with her, and she turns out to be right, as women usually are. But when the team discovers that Ego has been busy getting busy, having thousands of kids across the galaxy, all of whom he's killed. Dun dun dun. And so Peter learns that Ego was actually even the cause of his mother's death. That's right, Ego killed Peter's mama. And so obviously, can't stand for that. It's a big theme in these Marvel movies. Don't go killing anybody with mama. You're gonna get attacked. And so obviously Peter, and not happy with Ego, they get in a big fight. And it's pretty crazy, because Ego's a planet. They're on Ego. So he's got a lot of control over a lot of things. The team's able to team up with the additions of Mantis and Yondu. I'm sorry, not Ego, Yondu. They're able to team up to try and defeat Ego the living planet, his living planet. But while they're doing this, they're also attacked by the Sovereign again, who somehow discovered where they were on Ego and figured out where Ego was. But anyway, so they're getting attacked by the Sovereigns. The Ego's trying to defend himself so that he can implement his evil plan to take over the galaxy and make everybody Ego. That part's a little weird, but he just wants everyone to be him, apparently. The plan's weird. It's a crazy ass movie, but it's Guardians of the Galaxy. It's supposed to be crazy. So the Guardians are fighting, they're defending themselves, and they're able to, obviously because of the Guardians of the Galaxy, once again they're able to save the galaxy by defeating Ego and the Sovereign Fleet. That's the movie. It was crazy. It's a crazy movie. But it gets crazier, guys. It gets so much crazier. There's five post-credit scenes we gotta cover now. Okay? So I'm just gonna go through them quickly. Let's cover them. Okay, so the first post-credit scene, we see Kilglin, who was Yondu's like assistant dude. It's Sean Gunn, okay? But he takes up Yondu's kinetic arrow and control fin because Yondu passed away at the end of the film, sacrificing his life to save Peter Quill, his adoptive type son or kidnapped son. That part seems to be kind of brushed over a little bit. Yondu could have returned him to Earth. Anyways, the point is they bonded. The point is that post-credit scene, Yondu's protege is now taking up the kinetic arrow, which is the arrow that Yondu was using. The whistle, I can't whistle very well. No, can't whistle. Anyways, second post-credit scene, we see the Ravager leader, who's played by Sylvester Stallone, reunites with his ex-teammates, and we get a little glimpse at what was the comic book original Guardians of the Galaxy. Maybe a little teaser for some future appearances in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Who knows? We'll see. James Gunn knows, but anyways, next post-credit scene is just a quick little short one. We see Baby Groot has turned into Teenager Groot, and he, like most teenagers, does not clean his bedroom. And Peter Quill's not happy about it. Fourth post-credit scene, we see the leader of the Sovereign Nation is creating a new artificial being with whom she plans to destroy the Guardians, and she names him Adam, which is a little teaser for Adam Warlock joining the MCU in a future iteration, probably again the next Guardians movie. Alright, and so the last post-credit scene of the 5 is we see a group of Watchers, which is this alien race that watches over everyone from the comic books. And so we see a group of Watchers abandon their informant, who was played by Stan Lee, while he's trying to discuss his experiences on Earth. And this is a fun little Easter egg because you do see a quick little glimpse of this earlier in the movie. While the Rocket and Yondu are traveling to Ego, you see a quick little glimpse of them talking before, and this is just a little extension on that, so that's cool. But that's the movie, guys. That's the whole movie. It's long, it's confusing. Hope you understood that. But before you go, I still have 3 trivia facts for you, or you can leave. It's up to you, but I got 3 trivia facts that I'm going to say before the end of the video. So the first trivia fact I have for you guys is according to the visual effects artists, Ego's planet contains 1 trillion polygons, which is a visual arts term for pixels in special effects. I don't understand it. The point is, Ego's living planet was the biggest special effect ever made so far, up to the point of that movie being made. Nothing else has ever been bigger. It beat out Avatar. That's right, it beat out Avatar. For now, there's supposed to be another Avatar. Anyways, that's the first trivia fact I have for you guys. The second trivia fact I have for you guys about this movie is James Gunn choreographed and served as the motion capture model for Groot's dance during the opening credits scene of this movie, and it took 2 years for them to complete the CGI for the scene for the final film. And I thought that was really cool. I didn't know he was the one who did the little dance and Baby Groot scene. It makes it a little bit more cool and refreshing of a scene. It makes James Gunn even cooler of a person, in my opinion at least. Anyways, third trivia fact I have for you guys, the last trivia fact I have about this movie for you guys is, in the MCU timeline, this film takes place in 2014, only 3 months after Guardians of the Galaxy 1, the first one, which took place also in 2014. So this movie takes place 3 years before its release date actually. So like the year it released, it's kind of it takes place 3 years before that, and this is just so that everything can line up leading into the Avengers Infinity War movie. Which brings me to the end of this week's countdown to Avengers Infinity War, Week 15, Part A. Thanks for joining me with this week, guys. Be sure to check out the rest of the countdown if you want to get a refresher on all the movies before the Avengers Infinity War movie comes out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check out the Forgot to Grow Up podcast on iTunes, Spotify, and pretty much anywhere you find your podcasts. But thanks again for watching today, guys, and have a good one.